How you doing, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome back to my channel, the NBA GOAT. Today, I wanted to show you some comments that were recently made by Dwyane Wade on why the approach to the All-Star game and the game overall is different now than it was in the past. And I think that what Dwyane Wade mentions in his comments is really on point. And I like the story that he tells about him matching up with Kobe Bryant during one of the All-Star games, and the matchup and the trash talk and the chatting that went in between them, which he mentions there. It's just awesome to hear that, because I wasn't aware of that story, to tell you the truth. So let you listen to Dwyane Wade's comments, and we'll move forward with my comments on that. You're going to hear some comments from Kevin Durant as well a little bit later in the video, and then most likely Michael Jordan at the end of the video as well. But this one's going to be an interesting one, so stay with me. And here we go with Dwyane Wade starting right now.
Here's my take on all, just my personal take. And I've already shared why I think the game has kind of went a little watered down, because it's not just about the game anymore. If you know the schedule of all-star guys now versus then, it's about the business.
It's the business.
It's not about the game no more. As much as you have to do before you actually go perform, it's different
crazy
from back in the day. But the thing I will say is this: is someone who came in, my first All-Star game being 04-05 season, the stars of the game was the one who determined how the game went.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant brought it every All-Star.
Every All-Star.
So me as a young guy having to guard Kobe, he at my ass. I got to lock up.
Yeah, dude.
It was different because of the stars in the league. So I'm not saying that LeBron at 40 should be the one, but what I'm saying is when we came in, the stars determined how the game was going to go by what they brought to the game. Yeah. I'm just following suit because I'm a young fella happy to be here, but I don't want to get embarrassed by Kobe Bryant. So now let me look.
You got to play.
Why you got to bring up?
I'm asking questions.
You cold as ice.
Because he broke Kobe's nose in the All-Star game.
But he was competing at a high level.
I'm a competitor.
His nose. So I always wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, you wasn't going to ask me that. Well, I was on your show. Why you didn't ask me on your show?
I forgot. I forgot you broke Kobe nose, man.
I did.
You be using all your fouls, too.
Ain't going home with none of them.
That's the competitive nature. He don't leave no fouls on the table.
So when I came in, Kobe set the tone for the All-Star games.
Right.
Kobe would go out there and be ready to bust your ass.
Right.
So when I was that All-Star game in particular, the one we talking about, Kobe was fucking me up on the other end. He was hitting me. He was doing that little
right here.
He was hitting me with, and I'm like, Kobe.
Come on,
man. He
man.
don't care. He locked in. He's a competitor. So then I lose myself a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing.
Yep.
This is where we at.
This is where we at.
Okay.
So on the opposite end, I'm like, get the ball, because I'm fucking you up, right? That's all I'm thinking. I'm about to foul you, because now you fucking me up down there, and the ref ain't calling it. We're in the All-Star game. No one sees this but me and you.
Right.
And I told you 3 times, Cole, stop doing that. So I was like,
yo, here come that Chicago. Stop doing it.
I was like, so I'm a person who I'm gonna handle it. Okay. Now, mind you, didn't try to bust nobody nose that, you know what I mean? But I did try to foul the shit out of him just to let him know you're not gonna play here. So I let him go. He went and did his thing. And then I saw him grab his nose, and I started bleeding. I was like, uh-oh.
Bro, he gave you the look like this, like
no, he ain't say nothing. No, he scared me because he ain't say nothing to me.
Oh, yeah, he's scary.
I was like, Kobe, you all right?
He like a broke nose. Thank you.
No, I told you. I said that
Put it
so
back
when I called him at the All-Star, I was like, hey, bro, like, we good?
We good?
Yeah.
Are you cool? And he was like, I love it.
That's
I was
crazy.
scared as hell. I'm like, oh, he about to give me 40.
That's a different
He about to
mindset.
give me 40 in LA. So
The eye-opening statements from Dwyane Wade here are amazing. I mean, they made a big impact on me while I listened to them. He said himself that it's not about the game anymore. I hear a very similar statement from Draymond Green a few days ago as well, where he said that about 70% of today's NBA players don't even care if they win or lose any game they play. So it's not really about the game. It has become more about the money and the business around basketball and growing your brand outside the sport than the game and the fans buying tickets and merchandise. I mean, that's all secondary right now. The players of the past have all had that same outlook, but it was different. The superstars, and I heard this from every single one that I'm going to mention to you right now: Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. They were all ultimate professionals, and I heard every single one of them say the same exact thing at different stages of their career, but they all made a very similar statement. They said that they always wanted to play at their best and never cheat the game. And the fans, because they had the most ultimate respect for the game and the fans, knowing some of them bring their children, save up to get good tickets, to have their kids and themselves see their heroes, because they treated those players as their heroes. And those players had a feeling of responsibility, and they felt they owed those fans something because they appreciated those fans. So those players worked their asses off to make the money that they made and to be as good as they were, but their priority was always the game and showing up 100%. I mean, you can talk about players trying to build their brand now and have side businesses and podcasts and all of that, but just think about it. You had Michael Jordan having a whole thing with Nike, the marketing, the shoes and everything. Then he had the Jordan brand as well, and that was all during his NBA career. But did you ever see him or even suspect him of coming out and not giving you 100% ever? Did anybody ever had that feeling with Michael Jordan or even Kobe Bryant or whatever? He had his own shoe line as well. Never. Nobody ever felt that from those players. And Kobe had his shoe line as well, like I said, and he wanted to be an artist, a creator as well, but he had the ultimate he was the ultimate professional and handled it that way as well. And he went about his career in the NBA, gave it his all, and then after he was done, he started building his businesses outside of the game. And, thanks to his brand that was simply built by the way he played and carried himself on the court and approached the basketball game and the fans. The fans had ultimate respect for him, and that made it easier for him to grow his brand afterwards. He wrote books. I think he produced a video or something like that. It was great. He was moving in a great direction. Players today have the talent. They work hard. And they have the skill, but they simply don't have the same love for the game. They don't have that heart and mentality. They don't have the same sense of responsibility to the fans and the NBA. But they do have one thing in abundance: entitlement and ignorance. There's an abundance of that. The reason for this approach from them, I think, is that the players of today did not have to work hard for the power that they have in today's league. They didn't work hard and build the NBA into what it is now and how global it is. They didn't work to achieve that power that they have as players. They were handed that. And that's why they don't value it. And like KD recently actually had the audacity to try and blame the NBA fans, for struggles in the NBA, for the ratings being down and all that other stuff.
It's kind of taboo to talk about the fans or criticize the fans. It's just we pay y'all hard-earned money and we basically fund y'all whole operation, so y'all can't say shit about us. And I'm like, you know what? Y'all have a huge impact on what we do, right? So how can we not say, how can y'all not be a factor to why shit is going bad? When shit going bad, right, it's all on the people inside the league. But when shit going well, the fans want to take credit for how much they come to the games and how much they watch and all of this shit. But when it's going bad, it's like, all right, y'all, I'm out of it as a fan base. It's all of the players, the execs, the league itself. I'm like, nah, y'all not going to get away with that.
They all seem to have a victim's mentality always a little bit, trying to blame others for their mistakes and their wrong approach and not showing up or whatever it might be. And you see that in LeBron James. You see that in Kevin Durant. by his statements I just showed you. And the worst part is they don't seem to understand any of it. They don't seem to understand any of it. They don't. By the statement that KD just made and you just saw, he clearly doesn't see anything wrong with what the players do and how they approach the game. There's nothing there. They came into that league that automatically treated them like gold. And they didn't have to earn that for themselves, like Magic, Bird, and Jordan. I mean, Jordan said himself, he was looked down on from the older players when he was drafted. And they didn't think he could have an impact like he had. And he said he knew he was going to have to prove all of them wrong. I mean, there's an interview, I think after Michael Jordan was drafted, there's an interview with Walt Clyde Frazier from the New York Knicks. And he said, you know, they're treating him like this super player, but he's a guard, so he's not going to have that great of an impact on a team because it's a big man's game. And what did Michael do? He proved everybody wrong. He was better than anybody in the NBA, any big man, anyone. And LeBron was handed a ready product, and the league handed him the reins and called him the face of the NBA pretty much on day one. And KD was treated similarly, although he had a little bit of a harder road, a tougher beginning as a Sonic. Now, if you look at Kobe, he had to break through for a year or two. He was actually coming off the damn bench. And he didn't have that gold star treatment from the beginning. Yes, he was valued, but not like LeBron. Maybe he wasn't at that level yet either, but you know, he didn't have that treatment specifically from his coach, Phil Jackson, who knew he had the potential, but made sure to make him earn it. To make him earn it as he knew that's going to build his character and create that ultimate professional. It's a good example is like it's like children having normal blue collar parents and having to make their way and earn big money or build a business from scratch. Those kids value that and appreciate it. The ones that have things handed down to them from rich parents almost never appreciate any of it and literally squander most of it. Disrespect it and most likely run the damn business into the ground if they're handed one, you know, as they don't know what it took to build it and earn it from the beginning. So they don't understand it. That's kind of a similar situation. That's what I think the ultimate problem is. Players are just treated like superstars from a much younger age and pampered and given all this power and money that they never even earned, even before they step on an NBA court sometimes. Michael Jordan actually said in one of his interviews exactly that.
The kids today, they're being given things that they haven't earned. I think the game is being cheated because of the success that's being given prior to them earning it. Simple as that.
It's hard to make people that got things handed to them understand the value of those things and the appreciation they should have for those things. I think today's players are not even capable of that, unfortunately. And it must run its course, and I think they will lead the NBA to a very bad time in its history until another generation comes in and brings it back to its glory again. You know, so let me know what you guys think of my take. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.